All right, everybody. Well, welcome to our Feel Great Business Overview call. My name is Rav Malik. I'm your host. The purpose of this call is to break down the Feel Great Business Overview for you guys. Many of you, all of you should have probably already been on the Feel Great system. You've been using it. You see the power of these amazing products, what it's done for you. And you may be someone like me who's an opportunist and sees, hey, there's a huge market for this. I can see people who can benefit from this. I want to change lives with this. And you're interested in knowing more about the opportunity here and how our business works. So real quick, over the next 45 minutes or so, I'm going to break down our business opportunity, how it works, how you can build a successful Unicity business. And at the end, you can decide if it's for you or not for you. That's up to you. It's your complete decision. If it's not for you, you're not forced to do the business. Just be a happy customer. If it's for you, we'd love for you to be part of our movement and join our mission in helping 1 million people with the Feel Great system. So real quick, I'm just going to share my story with you guys. I've been with Unicity for 10 years. Those of you that have seen me on TikTok, you may have heard me talk about it a few times. I was actually going to med school in 2012. I found this product and it caught my attention. I was skeptical like most people, but I tried on a few family members and friends and I saw the results and I saw diabetes is rampant in my family. I mean, every morning, my childhood every morning was coming down and seeing my father and my grandmother inject insulin. Till today, that smell of insulin is still so clear in my mind because that was my childhood. Diabetes was in my family. I was told as a kid, you're going to become diabetic because everyone in your family is diabetic. Not really empowering, but that's what I was told. So when I found out that there's a product there that helps with diabetes and cholesterol and blood pressure, and it's completely natural and science-based, I mean, it caught my attention, but I wanted to see if the product worked. In 3 weeks, my dad went from 200 units of insulin to 10 units. My wife in 2 months lost 15 pounds of belly fat. I had a few other people who got off their medications right away. Right at that moment, I realized I got an opportunity in my hands. I got started the business in 2012, but there was no Feel Great system back then. All there was Unicity with a compensation plan and this product. So I tried many ways to try to build this business, guys. I tried hitting up gym owners. Didn't really work well. I tried going through doctors. They weren't really that interested. I mean, you name it, I tried it. Trade shows, I did radio. I tried so many different ways on how to grow this business. And I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, it wasn't an easy journey for me. 6.5 years with this business, I was making less than $500 a month. My wife is working as a personal trainer, paying the bills. We're living with my mom. I'm 30 years old. We're still living with my mom. Because can't get the business, just trying to figure out different ways with the business. And then in 2018, we created a customer first model where you can build a business with customers. You don't necessarily have to go recruit a team or build a team. You could build a profitable business with customers. And we simplified our approach with these two products. And that really started to help our business grow. And the owner of Unicity reached out to Kieran and I and said, what are you two doing here in North America? Because he was focused in Asia and he comes back to North America after COVID. And he says, what are you guys doing in North America? Because I'm starting to see a little bit of growth. And we told him our vision, that we love these two products. I mean, these two products allow you to eat real food. I'm Indian. My whole deal has been, I'm never going to drink a shake. I love Indian food. I mean, for dinner today, I had Indian food. I take balance. I can eat whatever I want. And I told him that I'm not interested in drinking a shake. I don't want to promote a shake. I love Balanced Unimate. They're both science-based. They're both patented. No one in the world has anything close to these. And we want to build a system with these two products. He's like, okay, interesting. And we want a customer first approach. He's like, interesting. Let me cut back to you in a week. He cuts back to me like the same day. And he says, I love the idea. Let's make it happen. And that was the birth of Feel Great System. And we launched Feel Great System in December of 2020, January of 2021. And since then, I mean, our business has completely exploded. Mine and Kieran's life has completely changed in a massive way. If you value our Unicity business today, which is essentially what all of you have the opportunity here to build a company, your own company within Unicity. Our business would be valued at about $80 to $100 million today. I do this business completely from home. I work most of the time at PJ's. I get to do what I want whenever I want. But here's the best part. That 6.5 years, 7 years of struggle I told you about, now we have people joining our team doing in their first month what took me like 9 years to do, 8 years to do. And now officially in just a matter of from January of 2021 to today, August of 2022, we have 4 people in our business that are going to be earning over $1 million with the Feel Great System business in the next 12 months. Their commissions are over $100,000, 80 to $100,000. We have several others that are earning $10,000 a month, $2,000, $3,000 a month. I got some data today, which is exciting. The average distributor's earnings with the Feel Great System model that we've created is about $2,500 to $3,000 a month. That's incredible statistics. And it's because we have a product line here that's rock solid. Now, a lot of you guys have been using the product. You understand how the product works. But let's talk real quick about a little bit about the company. And if you're looking at this as a business, who's Unicity? How's our business work? And I'll break down the comp plan and how you can get started. And then we'll do a little bit of open live Q&A. You know, and now we have this mission of we want to make this a household brand, guys. I mean, that's really what it is, and I'm super excited about this. I'm more excited today than I've ever been with this business because of the lives we're changing and the movement we've created. People that become super wealthy in this world, I don't really think they chase money. The reality is they build businesses or they build companies that actually change the world and make the world a better place. If you look at Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and all, Jeff Bezos, I mean, you guys know Jeff Bezos' story. He quit his hedge fund management job to start an internet bookstore company. Steve Jobs dropped out of college to start a computer company. Elon Musk literally borrowed money from his friends to pay his rent when he started Tesla. These people do not start businesses, I think, to, hey, I'm going to become rich overnight. It's rather, hey, how am I going to change the world? I see this problem and I want to change the problem, and here's my solution. And today, if we look at one of the biggest problems in our world today, it's this problem of metabolic disease, metabolic syndrome, where 88% of Americans, and this isn't just Americans, I just came back from 3 weeks in Asia. Guys, the problem is just as bad in Asia now. It's everywhere. This is rampant. I was in the Caribbean last week. All the staff members at the resort are all overweight and metabolic syndromed out. I mean, blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol is completely rampant. If you think of what the last 10 people you interacted with this week, how many of them have a belly fat issue, a weight issue, an energy issue? How many people in your family do you know are struggling with heart disease, Alzheimer's, which is now being called type 3 diabetes, stroke, COPD, colon cancers, kidney disease, hypertensive heart disease, type 2 diabetes? I mean, this problem's become rampant. And if we look at the biggest cause of death in our world today, it's cardiovascular disease. Despite what we went through over the last 2 years, cardiovascular disease is still the #1 cause of death in our world. 50,000 people are going to die from heart disease today. 50,000 people died from heart disease yesterday. 50,000 people are going to die from heart disease tomorrow. And what's crazy is if you type in heart disease preventable on Google, American Heart Association, all these major associations will say 80% of them are completely preventable. And despite that, we're spending over $1 billion a day on a disease that's 80% preventable. 12% of American adults are metabolically healthy, which means 9 out of 10 adults in the US are sick at some level. And what sickens my stomach the most is children are becoming sick. Obesity in children is at ridiculous rates. We are seeing type 2 diabetes. Do you remember type 2 diabetes used to be called adult onset diabetes? It got changed to type 2 diabetes because now children are getting it. And the biggest driver behind this whole problem is the modern food environment. Our whole foods are no longer the same as they used to be. All our natural foods are completely commercialized and modified to be bigger and sugary and sweeter. We pick these fruits and vegetables before they become ripe, which prevents it from getting all the nutrients. Then we artificially ripen them to make them last in grocery stores, make them look beautiful. We're feeding our animals corn and soy and trash when they should be eating grass and little insects and stuff. So our natural foods are not getting the nutrients, but we're also surrounded with this whole environment of these major food companies who not only are they selling us processed trash, stripped of nutrients, but they make 3 times the money of big pharma. And now Nestle and these companies are going into the pharmaceutical industry, selling us Band-Aids for the same products that caused the problem to begin with. And it's not done by accident, it's done on purpose, because there's one goal for these guys, and it's to fill Wall Street and shareholder pockets. You got these guys on the right who just want to sell delicious, addictive food. And even, I'm Indian. Our cultures are all rice and rotis. And if you're Hispanic, tortillas and pitas and stuff like that. We've been eating this stuff for hundreds of thousands of years. Why is it now when we get sick, the doctor's like, you got to stop eating the rice. You got to stop eating the tortillas. Because the grains we're eating is stripped of the fiber and nutrients. And it's a double-edged sword. It's not that these guys are trying to kill us. It's that we don't like the taste of fiber, so we don't buy those things, and then they just sell more stuff that we like. And every solution out there is this yo-yo solution of count your calories, go keto, do intermittent fasting, do a meal replacement, go to a weight loss clinic, box meals, meal plans. We've all tried this. It works, but it doesn't last. What I love about the Feel Great system, when you look at it as a business, because all of you guys are already on the system, it's so simple. It's literally wake up in the morning, have a Unimate, and take a balance before whatever you eat. And we're seeing people's diabetes results, blood pressure results, cholesterol results, phenomenal results, and it's completely patented. No one in the world can replicate it. It's fully science-based. If you go to this website, unicityscience.org, this is the science website for Unicity. If you go to this website, you can read all about the science and stuff. Now, I'm not going to sit here breaking down clinical studies and research for you, but those of you who love to do your research, go on this website, you can look at the studies. This is phenomenal. I mean, you got a study here that's done by, some of you may have heard of this thing called the glycemic index. Glycemic index is owned by University of Sydney. And if you hit the About tab on the glycemic index, it actually opens up Dr. Jeannie Brand Miller, head of the glycemic index division in University of Sydney. She's done 200 scientific publications on obesity, nutrition, diabetes, and Unicity collaborated with Dr. Jeannie Brand Miller to do a study showing how balance reduces the glycemic index from high to medium of high carb foods. It reduced the insulin index of all 3 test foods of white rice, white bread, and mashed potato. We have all these, I mean, look at this study on type 2 diabetes. This was done on 78 type 2 diabetics. And the conclusion was BioSlife 2 is a very which is their second generation of Balance. Balance is the 6th generation now. BioSlife 2 is the very beneficial fiber drink for type 2 diabetics who want to control their glucose and cholesterol in a natural, side effect free way. And this was done by Diabetes in Control, an organization of doctors, a third-party organization that provides information for medical professionals. Now, you might be looking at this and be like, well, if this thing's so amazing, why doesn't everyone know about it? I'll get to that, but let me show you one more thing. Remember I mentioned the heart disease problem? 50,000 people a day? Look at this. If you go to Cleveland Clinic, which is the #1 heart hospital in the world, they are the top 5 hospitals in the world since 1999, #1 for cardiology since 1995, named the #1 hospital for heart care again in 2022, 2023, the Cleveland Clinic. Some of you may have heard of this. And if you look at this, this was a study done on 119 people. It was conducted at the Cleveland Clinic in 2001. And the conclusion of this study was, such a product, if taken regularly, could reduce cardiovascular risk on a population basis and potentially decrease the need or dose for lipid-lowering prescription drugs. It could reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. When I saw that, my #1 question was, why doesn't everyone know about this? And it's because Unicity is not a pharmaceutical company. Unicity is a privately held company, family run. The products are patented. Pharma's only interested in stuff they can patent. Unicity has this completely patented, but we literally have a solution here that I believe can change mankind and change it completely around. And I'm not talking about snake oil here. We have the real, legitimate clinical studies to back it up. Now you guys can see why I'm passionate about this. But the other thing, when you're looking at it as a business, you gotta ask yourself, is it even affordable? Now, yes, up front, you may get the objection from people, oh, it's expensive, $150. But if you really break it down, guys, It's $1.60 a packet or $5 a day. And all of you that are on the system, you can type in yes if you agree with me. If you're on the system, you realize that you're saving money. You're no longer eating breakfast. You got the Unimate, and with the balance, you're eating like 30% less food. Your grocery bill goes down. You're not snacking. So net at the end of the month, you're actually saving money. So when you're looking at it as a business, it is affordable for the masses. So when I look at that and I look at all those factors, to me, right away, I see that, okay, I have something that I could literally change the world with. We just got to get it out. And look, companies have grown in front of us, the Teslas, the Apples, and they literally grew in front of us with us sharing their product with our friends and family. But guess who got rich? Someone got rich. It wasn't us. It was shareholders, investors, Wall Street. With Unicity, there are no shareholders. There are no investors. So everybody on this call has the opportunity to profit share with the company because the company doesn't have hedge fund managers to back it up or anything. They're a family-run company. You may have not heard of Unicity because Unicity is not a marketing company, but Unicity is an R&D company. If you go on Google and you read about the history of Unicity and you type in Unicity history, you'll learn Unicity's roots go back to a pharmaceutical company called Rexall. If you live in Canada, many of you may be familiar with Rexall. It's not the same company anymore. Rexall got sold in 2001. But Rexall was the roots of Unicity. So you have pharmaceutical backing. And in 1990, Rexall had made balance by partnering with a university in California. They put their products in their drugstore, but it failed because certain products just cannot be thrown up on Amazon or a drugstore. You need that education. You need that person learning about the product from somebody who's used it, who's had an experience with it, so you can educate them about it. And that's where they created a direct sales division called Rexall Showcase. Long story short, the company in 2006, one of the biggest distributors in the company, bought the company out. It's family owned. He's owned it since, completely private. And since then, they're completely debt free. So why that's important to all of us as distributors or partners is because you don't want to build a company that's bleeding in the back end. Unicity has zero debt. I mean, that's insane. You got 100-year-old history. It's privately held, so you don't have them where they got to please shareholder pockets. Their number one priority is us. And the owner of the company used to be a distributor in the company for 15 years. So you have somebody that's running the company that actually cares about us. They're the only company with 18 natural products in this pharmaceutical reference. So for those of you that are not aware, the PDR is an FDA-approved pharmaceutical reference for US medical doctors, MDs, doctor osteopaths, nurse practitioners, physician assistants. They can use this as a third-party reference to look up different drugs. You're not going to find Herbalife in here. You're not going to find Kirkland in here. You can find any drug in here. So if you type in metformin, you can see all the brands of metformin. You can find Advil in here, all the FDA warnings, all the side effects, everything. Unicity is the only company in the world with 18 natural products in the prescription side of this reference. There's the Balance, there's the Unimate. They have 4 labs, 3 manufacturing facilities. We actually got a brand new manufacturing facility opening up in October in Las Vegas. They have their own research institutes. They have the Unimate Research Institute in Argentina. They have the Matcha Research Institute in Japan. They make the highest quality matcha in the world. And we have these major studies with huge hospitals and universities. I mean, Unicity doesn't have hundreds of millions of dollars to dish out to make fake studies. These are major universities that collaborated with us to validate the science of our products. And the best part, everything from the farm to the finished packet is made by Unicity. So when you're recommending this product to your friends and family or social media or however you want to do it, you never have to be embarrassed about them finding a watered down version of our product. To me, that's exciting. We have a goal to help 1 million people. Why is it 1 million people? Well, now we're growing in the UK and Australia and many places now. Well, let's just look at North America for a second, right? US, Canada. Just between US and Canada, we have 400 million people. If we're looking to impact 1% of that 400 million, guys, we're looking at 0.25% of the population. Do you think there's a market for 0.25% of the population to use these products? You can type in yes in the comments if you agree. And where we are with this business right now is we are at the point where we're starting to approach the tipping point. See, any product that changes the world goes through this curve. It's called the innovation adoption curve. And it took many years. You heard my story at the beginning of the call. Garrett and I and a few others were part of the innovation stage. And then we're starting to pick up steam. We're not yet at the tipping point, but we will be at the tipping point very soon. We have a goal of helping 1 million people with the FeelGreat system. As of this month, we should be at between 20 to 25,000 people this month that are on the FeelGreat system. So we still are not at that 1 million goal, but now we're starting to pick up steam. The tipping point is really when everyone's just kind of getting on. We have so much momentum. 100,000 people a month are joining on the system because we've hit full-blown momentum, and that's where we're going to start getting the early majority. And in business, you always want to set yourself up at this level right here. I mean, all the people that invest in the Amazon, the Apples, and all that, yeah, sure, they made good money. But hey, you know what the problem with that is? They made money on paper. Over here, you actually building a cash flow business with zero debt, without any overheads or anything. And this is how the adoption curve works. And I like to use the iPhone as an analogy. Remember when iPhone started? Do you guys remember when you guys had Palms and Nokias and Blackberries? And one of your friends first got the iPhone. Do you remember what everyone used to say? Oh man, that's a touch screen. You need buttons. That thing sucks. It's horrible. You need buttons, man. You need BBM. Where's all those products today? Gone, because Apple had a vision to change the world. And this right here, my friends, is the iPhone. And we are going to change the world with this. I know it in every fiber of my being, we're going to change the world with this. I have no doubt with it. So we're going to hit that. And why we have this goal of 1 million, because 1 million was that tipping point for Apple. Once they hit 1 million iPhones sold, boom, it just exploded. And iPhone has gone on to sell hundreds and hundreds of billions of units. I think last year they sold $300 million of iPhones, or 300 million units of iPhones, something ridiculous. Apple has gone on to become the biggest company in the world. How many people get a profit sharing from Apple today? And that's our plan with the FeelGreat system. So if you see the vision with it and you see, hey, I see this, Rav, show me how to grow the business. So I'm going to show you guys how the business works now and how the compensation plan works. So let me just share my screen on my iPad. So here's how the business works, guys. This right here, you're not a sales rep for the company. You have complete ownership of your business with Unicity. So what you have the opportunity here is to be a partner with Unicity. Whatever you build with Unicity here, you own. It's an asset. You can will this to your children. You can sell it. You can do whatever you want. It's like building a stock portfolio, real estate, except rather than spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're putting in your time. And how this business works is where you don't have to stock inventory. You don't got to ship the product. You don't have to deal with manufacturing. You got the company, which is our partner, that does all of that for us. Our whole job is to build a marketing and distribution arm of the company, and the company shares its profits with us. That's the business, very simply. But this business is built in 3 phases. And these phases can happen simultaneously. They don't have to happen as phase 1, then phase 2. They can happen together. But there's really 3 phases in this business to really grow and scale your business. The first phase in the business is called the customer phase. Each and every single one of you have started in the customer phase of our business. And the customer phase is where you go and you sign up as a member. Very simple. You literally go to a website. So you go to youfeelgreat.com. You put in someone's referral code. Up there, you have your code. It shows you the country based on where they are. You can build your business in all these countries. So you have a global franchise from your home. The person hits the buy now button. They select their flavor of Unimate. So they can do lemon ginger, which is temporarily out of stock, and black. So let's say they choose Unimate black. They have their balance. They can do a one-time payment or a subscription. They add to cart. They have a 90-day money-back guarantee. This customer goes ahead. They order. They make a free account with first name, last name, email, and phone number. That's it. There's no fee for them. But once that customer makes that account, that customer is a customer in your franchise forever. And every time that customer buys the FeelGreat system, the company pays you $25 per purchase. So if they make 2 purchases that month, that's $50. They make 1 every 2-3 months, doesn't matter. Every time they purchase, you get paid. And there's no limit to this. You could have 20. So 20 times 25, that's $500 a month. You could have 100. If you have 100, that's $2,500 a month. I mean, just think about it. At 100 customers, just customers, you're making 30 grand a year. How much money do you need in the bank to be making 30 grand cash flow a year? I ask that to every financial advisor and they give me some silly, depends on your risk and this and that. Guys, 100 customers here, you're making 30 grand a year. It's literally as simple as that. What would an extra 30 grand over the next 12 months do for you? You can have 500 customers where now you're making 12,500 a month. You can have 1,000 customers where now you're making 25,000 a month. We have three people in our team now that have over 1,000 customers. We call them millennials. I mean, it's a big, I mean, you got people with 1,000 customers making 25 grand a month part-time with the FeelGreat system. So that's the first phase of this business called the customer phase. Now, naturally, as you build a customer phase, just like you guys, some of your customers are going to say, hey, these products are amazing. Can I get my wife on it? Can I get my husband on it? Can I get my brother on it? I know a bunch of people that need it. How do I get them on it? And some of your customers will want to become partners. Now, not all of your customers will want to become partners. Some of your customers, I'd say about 10 to 20%. That's the statistics right now currently. I think it's going to grow as the economy is getting worse. We're seeing big tech collapsing. The economy is collapsing. More people are going to be looking for ways to make income, especially with the crazy mortgages and everything people have. So I think that number is going to increase. But for now, it's about 10 to 20%. So the second phase of the business is now where you're building partners. Now, at the partner phase, how it works is your partner gets the $25. You do not get the $25. What you get is you get $5. Now, when I show this part to people, I know immediately some people are thinking, oh, whoa, Rav, this is one of those things. I knew it. It's one of those things. Oh my God, it's a pyramid. I don't think it's a shape that anyone has a problem with, because the shape of everything in life is a pyramid. I mean, the humanity is a pyramid. I mean, if humans started with 2 people, if you believe in that, and today we're at 8 billion people, I mean, that's a pyramid. Well, my family is a pyramid. Everything's a pyramid. So it's not that people have a problem with. The issue people have a problem with is the guy at the top makes all the money and the people at the bottom are taken advantage of and working hard and never get to the top. But let me ask you a question. Where's the $25 going? Top or bottom? It's going at the bottom. The guy at the top gets 5. And actually, if the guy has no customers, the guy gets nothing. So that's why it's technically inverse, where the $25 is at the bottom, allowing more people to grow. And that's how our business grows. It's like a franchise. It's like any successful franchise. McDonald's makes 10% on all franchisees. Uber makes 30% on every driver. Airbnb makes 5% on every host. It's like any legitimate business. That's how business works, guys. Over here in the partner phase, I'm just going to give you an example now. Obviously, it doesn't always work like this. It's not so perfect. You might get 5, you might get 15, you might get 20, but let's just give you an example of where you have 5 partners, and out of your 5 partners, each of those partners have an average of 20 members. Now, some might have 100, some might have 5, but let's just say average 20. Let's be super conservative. So at 20 members, the company is now paying you $5. However, here's what's exciting about our plan. If you have 100 customers or more, you are called in our company. You have a position called Centurion, which means you have 100 people who have been helped with the FeelGreat system. What the company says is, hey, you're leading by example. You have 100 customers, and because you've helped 100 people, we're going to reward you. So what the company does is they say, instead of 5, we're going to give you. So on the partner phase, if you have 100 customers and your partners only have 20, well, now you're making 5 times 20 times 10. You are making $1,000 extra a month. So you're making about $2,500 a month here with your customers. And now this is called level 1. With your 5 partners, you're making $1,000 a month. You could have 3 partners. You could have 20 partners. There's no limit to the number of partners you have, but I'm just going to use an example of 5. Now, the last phase in our business is where it gets super exciting, is where now the last phase is duplication. See, some of us, we have a really big goal in our life, especially when we're younger. And as life beats us down, our goals get smaller. We start becoming quote unquote realistic. We start thinking, oh, the rich just, they're lucky. It'll never happen to me. We see people, they're going on vacation Monday to Friday, while everyone else gets to go for the 2 weeks off that they get. People get to fly in charter planes. They kind of live wherever they want around the world. Those people, The key for them to grow is they have a business that's duplicatable. They have a business that's scaled through duplication. So for example, all of us on this call right now, all 53 of us can set up a burger shop. We could probably make a way better burger than McDonald's, but McDonald's is still going to sell 200,000 burgers this hour. McDonald's is still going to sell 200,000 burgers next hour. McDonald's is going to continue doing that. And guess what? The guy who started McDonald's has already passed away, but the legacy continues because he's created a duplication business of 40,000 locations around the world. Uber has literally wiped out the whole taxi industry. Why? Because they have 10 million drivers all around the world. They've duplicated. And just like that, Unicity's business allows you to duplicate. So we duplicate through multiple levels. So this right here is called level 1. And just like you have 5 partners with 20 customers, some of your partners' customers are going to say, hey, how do I sell this? This stuff's amazing. It's changed my life. And your partners will now start to bring on their own partners. So if we take that same 10 to 20% conversion, let's say out of those 20 customers, 5 of them decide to become partners, multiplied by 5 of your level 1 partners, you now have 25 partners on level 2. And if each of those partners only get 20 customers and you still maintain your 100, you get $10 on level 2 as well. Now that's $5,000 a month on level 2. Plus your level 1 plus your customers. And if we duplicate this to a third level, duplicating the same process, 125 partners times 20 customers times $10, now that is 25,000 a month. So now you have a little side gig of, what is that? 2,500 plus 1,000, 3,500, 8,500 plus 25,000, 8,500 plus 25,000. That is 33,500 bucks a month. And you know what's amazing, guys? Let's say everybody screws up and only gets 10 customers, not even 20. You're still making about 16 grand a month. Let's say everyone gets 5 customers. You're still making 8,000 bucks a month. Let's say everyone gets 2 customers. You're still making 4 grand a month. Guys, you cannot screw this up. And what I'm showing you here is not theory. We have so many people in our team that are doing this now. And how it all starts, the whole focus of this business is the customer phase, because the customer phase is what's build the partners, and the partners duplicate by building their own customers. And your whole focus is just bring on customers on FeelGreat system. That's it. So you really only have 4 skills you got to learn. Your first skill you got to learn is how to sell the product. And we will teach you that. We have training videos and everything. It's not rocket science. How do you sell the product? By telling your story. Then second, you just got to learn how to teach the business. This presentation I'm showing you, you can watch a recording of it. You can learn it. You can show this on a piece of paper to anyone, or you can invite them to the Thursday call. You can send them the recording. But second phase, you want to teach them how to do the business so you can build partners. And then to get duplication, all you're doing is you're teaching others how to do level number 1, and you're teaching others how to do number 2. And that's all the business is. That's it. Honestly, there's nothing more complicated than this. You're not managing anyone. You're not babysitting anyone. You let the system do the work. Your whole job is to just tell your story. And I just want to show you a few things here real quick before I show how you get started. We have a lot of people growing on social media. So I'll give you an example. Here's Mona Islam. So Mona Islam is actually from New Jersey. Her husband's a medical doctor. She got on the system herself because she's transformed. And guess what? She's put 40 people on the system in the last 1 month. She just got started recently. She's helping people. Now her husband started this month because he was so skeptical. Now he started on the product because he's seeing that she's changing people's lives. I want to show you Paul. Paul's one of my newest partners. He just got started last week. He got started on Sunday, and he already has about 18 or 20 customers in like 4 days, and he's starting to help people. The products literally saved his wife's life. I mean, his story is amazing. What's happened to his family, him, his kids, and his wife. We got Trent here. Prove a point. Trent got started in the business a few months ago. He's been with me for a while, but he got engaged with the FeelGreat system after seeing the success. He's a serial entrepreneur. And I think he's put on almost 2,000 people on the system himself. But now he has several people in his team who have done over 100 customers. I mean, Trent is one of the guys that's going to be making over $1 million in the next 12 months with his business. amazing story with Trent. And now because it's so simple,
And so I'm going to do a little demonstration.
what's happened, Trent's wife has started this business. Trent's wife is on the products now. She found out she's pre-diabetic, decided to get on the products. She's a busy mom. They have 3 children, and now she's building her social media and building her brand, sharing her story. She's eventually going to start bringing on customers. We got Kim Simpson, a teacher from New York. Never been anyone in social media or anything like that. I don't know if Kim is on the call, but last time I talked to Kim, I mean, last month, I think she signed up 33 people onto the FeelGreat system. I mean, for a teacher, that's an extra what? $800 for a month. That's life-changing income. And I think this month she surpassed that. So many people whose lives have changed, and you're doing it through social media, but it's not just social media. I have this guy. He's I didn't bring him in. Someone else in my team brought him in. So he's in my 3rd or 4th level. He does TikTok, but all of his customers are from a flea market and his local temple, where he goes and talks about FeelGreat system. And he's put over 450 people on the FeelGreat system. He's a truck driver, and he's doing about $15,000 to $20,000 a month with Unicity now. Completely changed his life. I mean, the sky is the limit. I just recently talked to Keith today. Keith, I mean, he's a full-time paramedic. He's been building the business, completely transformed his life, reversed his diabetes. He called me today. He's like, Rav, I'm making 3 to 4 times of my full-time income money with Unicity. And if I can sustain this for another 2 months, I'm quitting my full-time job. Rav, my dream has come true. Like, it's amazing. He sent me a message 2 months ago in tears saying, Rav, I'm completely debt-free. Not only have you transformed my life with my health, but I'm completely debt-free now because of this business. I mean, these are the stories. I want you guys to see this is way bigger than just the product. We are giving people purpose. We are giving people a vehicle to make lives better. That's what this goal is. And so now I have a goal with our group. We have a big conference coming in Vegas in 2024, and we have a goal. I have a specific goal in my group. I want 100 people in our group making over $100,000 a month or more. That's our goal. And we're going to blow that up, because if we have 100 people making over $100,000 a month or more, that means tens of thousands of people are making thousands of dollars a month, and hundreds of thousands to millions of people have been positively impacted with the FeelGreat system. So let me share with you guys how you get started in this business. It's very simple, right? So you're buying a franchise with Unicity, and your whole goal with this franchise is you just want to build customers. That's all you're focusing on. You're not focusing on the partners. You're not focusing on the duplication. Your number one goal is to focus on customers. I would recommend aiming for 100. You can set your time frame. That could be 2 years. It could be 6 months. It could be 3 months. It could be 1 month. That's up to you. We're not going to give you a time frame. You are your own entrepreneur. You set your goals, but that's your target. You want to aim for 100 customers, because with 100 customers, you're making about 30 grand a year US. Not about, you are making 30 grand a year minimum, because you're gonna have partners and stuff by then. So to set up your franchise, how it works is you come in with something called a 10-pack. 10-pack gives you 10 FeelGreat systems. You get it at a slight discount at $14.99. So you get each system at $150, and your whole goal with this 10-pack is to go get 10 customers right off the bat. You're not using it. I mean, you can use it if you want. You can give it to your family, but I would recommend getting 10 customers right away as soon as possible. If you don't see yourself getting 10 customers, this business isn't for you. If you think you want to get 10 customers, but you're scared, hey, you got to step into your fears. Whenever you do anything new, you're always scared. Think about your career. Your first day going to your job, I'm sure you were super scared, and now you can do it with your eyes closed. So fear is normal. Self-doubt is normal. We will help you with that. But you got to see in your mind, can I help 10 people with the FeelGreat system? So you buy your 10-pack, and your goal is to help 10 customers. You sell it at $157. You make back times 10. So you make back $15.70. So you made $70 profit on that 10-pack. It's not about the profit on the 10-pack. There's 3 to 4 main reasons why people come in with a 10-pack. One, when you come in with a 10-pack, you qualify to earn $25 for every purchase on your customers who buy the FeelGreat system. If you don't come in with a 10-pack, it's less, and it's a way slower build. It's not even worth it. So that's the first thing. So when you have these 10 customers, they're going to use it for 90 days. In the second month, you're making $250. In the third month, you're making $250. So you have made $570 back on that 10 pack because you're going to tell your customers try it for at least 90 days. And I'll teach you how to sell the 10 pack. We have full trainings how to do it. I'll show you the training videos. You will be fully equipped on how to sell your 10 pack. The second reason why you want a 10 pack is speed. Guys, when you start telling people about the Feel Great system, you don't want them waiting 1 week to get the product. That kills momentum. You want momentum in your business. Momentum creates excitement. Excitement creates speed, which helps you grow your business. And that creates faster stories. The more stories you have, the bigger your business grows. The third reason, and in my mind, this is the most important, is commitment. You are starting a business here. I mean, if you were to go start a podcast today, you would have to invest in a mic, in a studio. If you were to go start a YouTube channel today, you'd have to invest in a $5,000 camera, and you wouldn't be making that money back for years. I mean, if you were to start any business, you would have an investment. But over here, it's not even an investment because you get your 10 customers, you make your money back. You never have to buy a 10 pack again. It's only one time to set up your business, and that's it. You never have to buy another 10 pack or anything again. All you got to buy is your own Feel Great system every month, and that's it. And that's because the company's saying at least to use what you're selling. You can't be selling something you don't use. And there's fourth reason, duplication. When you start to bring in partners and you start to bring people on your team, they're going to ask, hey, how did you get started? And you want to help them get started the right way so they can get the $25 purchase, they can have speed and momentum, they have a commitment and skin in the game, and we duplicate that leadership in our organization, and that's how we grow the business. I mean, there's nothing less than a 10 pack, guys, honestly. Or else just stay a customer and refer people and get some product credit. If you want to do something great, you want to build it, you want to create history, you want to be part of something that's going to change the world around. I know it is going to. You got to get committed and you got to step into your fears. And once you get your 10 pack, here's another benefit. You also get access to our training website. So we have a full training website, which you don't pay anything for. It's included with your 10 pack. It's called feelgreatbusiness.com. So you get this full training office where you go here, there's training videos. So right here, you're taught how to sell your 10 pack. So how to sell your first 10 pack, make your money back, how to bring on partners, product stuff on learning about the product, learning about balance, recordings on different trainings. Every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we do trainings on how to find customers. On Saturdays, we have a starting September, we're starting the 10K club, where once you're making 10 grand a month with the business, we teach you how to make 100 grand a month. We have recordings, how to build your social media. So I did this training in Puerto Rico, how to do social media. We have social media trainings. That's how people are growing on social media. We have compensation plan trainings. We have incentives. We have a leaderboard. I mean, you have a full back office here, and we're constantly updating that and adding new information. But that's the Feel Great opportunity, if you want to call it. And I'll just leave you with this. The money's great, but I'll tell you what the best part about this whole thing is. When you start to get phone calls of people saying, you've saved my life, you've changed my life, thank you so much for sharing these products with me. And it's because you went out and opened your mouth and shared it with people, and that's how we change the world. And just think about your life. Imagine your life where you're helping all these people, your phone's constantly blowing up with you say, change my life. I mean, the text message I got right before this call, you can't even put a money value to this. I got this message right now. Oh my God, this is incredible. I got this morning. She's already sending me her measurements. You guys can't really see it, but she's sending me her measurements. She said, wow, this thing's working. But the one message I got today is, by the way, I don't know if you guys can read that. My daughter's A1C has dropped from 9 to 6, and she's lost 12 pounds in over a month. Her daughter's A1C has dropped. We're saving the world, guys. And then on top of that, we have a business here that's actually changing people's lives financially. We're going to build a movement that's going to revolutionize the game, revolutionize the industry, build leaders, change lives. And all of this is done on the foundation of doing good in the world and contributing to the world and making a difference. And that's what this whole mission's about. And that's what the 1 million mission's about. If you were invited to this call from one of our partners, get back to them, get your questions answered. And if this isn't for you, that's fine. Not everybody that goes into a McDonald's wants to own a McDonald's, and I get that. Just be a happy customer. No one's going to force you. Just let the person know who invited you. Hey, it's not for me. I just want to be a customer, and that's fine. But refer people. Just refer people as a customer. You get product credit. 5 customers, you got $50 product credit every month. You don't have to do the business, but just share the product and let's go out there and save lives. And we can look back in a few years like, wow, we changed the world. There's few products that come in this world that change the world, like the Apples, the Teslas, and Feel Great is one of them. But we need a committed group of people to make it happen. Guys, if you did get your questions answered, make sure you get back to the person that introduced you. Get your questions answered. You guys have my number as well. If you want to text me, you can text me directly. But I do want to respect everyone's time. We're about 20 minutes over. But yeah, guys, if you have any question about the franchise, about the 10-pack, about how to get started, shoot me a message. I'll be able to answer your questions. And let's go out there and let's change the world.